Well, many describe him as a transformational leader. He started the Ghana Boundary Commission from the veranda of his house at Bemakam, and today that institution has become a force to reckon with, mentoring other boundary commissions across Africa. That is the story of the outgone Commissioner General of the Ghana Boundary Commission, Major General Kotia. At a handing over ceremony held in his honor, he urged the commission to maintain continuous inspection of the Ghana-Cote d'Ivoire maritime boundary, which was ruled in Ghana's favor in the 2017 Idlos case. Maxwell Agbagba reports.
Major General Kotia at an event marking African Union Border Day organized in collaboration with Cote d'Ivoire. He proceeds to plant trees, something he's deeply passionate about. What began from his veranda at Bemakam has now grown into the Ghana Boundary Commission. Under his leadership, it has earned recognition across the continent, mentoring several African nations seeking to establish or strengthen their own boundary commissions. He shares the story of how it all started.
And the background is that the machinery of the Ghana Boundary Commission was not in existence when I was appointed. In a more humble way, I started operating from my veranda in my house at Labadi Villas in Bemakam. And it was from there that we wrote letters, printed letters, making so many requests that we got various resources to establish the Boundary Commission, including where we are occupying today. That is the modest way that we started. But it's one of the strategic entities of Ghana that we have not paid attention to.
Here at the conference room of the Ghana Boundary Commission, staff and friends have gathered as he officially hands over to Brigadier General Anthony Ntem. Workers praised his dedication to the commission. Major General Kotia emphasizes the critical role of the Ghana Boundary Commission in maintaining peaceful relations with neighboring countries. He recounts an incident where Ghanaian security agencies accidentally strayed into Burkinabe territory but were quickly corrected thanks to the Commission's timely alert.
In the Bongo district, in a border town called Namo, where we went, we realized the Ghana Immigration Service had constructed a building in Burkina Faso territory. So when I asked them, when we went there, I asked them, they told me that they didn't really know where the demarcation is. This is a problem they have created for the Ghana Boundary Commission. Because once the reaffirmation starts, Burkina Faso is going to blame Ghana. Now, why is it that you people have gone to build in our land? So, the advice to all security agencies who operate along the boundary is that once you are going to do any construction, you need to, along the boundary, you need to defer whether Ghana Immigration, Customs, or the Ghana Armed Forces, defer to the Ghana Boundary Commission so that they will clearly show you the definition of the boundary.
He's urging the new administration to continue regular inspections of Ghana's western maritime boundary with Cote d'Ivoire. In 2017, the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea Idlos ruled in favor of Ghana in a long-standing maritime dispute.
For the very first time in April, we were able to convince the Ivorians for us to do a joint inspection. Otherwise, we were going alone. And for the very first time, the Ivorian Navy joined us. And that was fundamental. That is fundamental. We think that is something that I've broken, because since the Idlos ruling was passed, the ruling was given, we've not had the opportunity to confirm whether both countries adhere to the ruling on the international boundary line. Oil exploration companies can stray their way either into Cote d'Ivoire or into Ghana. Fishing activities can stray. So there's a need for us to continue with this inspection regularly so that at least the territorial sovereignty of Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire is protected, and that there will not be any disputes arising out of the international maritime boundary line that has been defined by the international law of the sea tribunal.
Reflecting on his tenure, Major General Kotia notes that many border disputes with Ghana's neighbors were resolved under his administration. The remaining issue, he says, is the maritime disagreement with Togo. He remains optimistic that a resolution will open up the Keta Basin for national development.
We have been able to resolve so many petty disputes along our international maritime and land boundaries. However, one of the key outstanding disputes to resolve is the Ghana-Togo maritime dispute. I want to say that that issue has been escalated to the level of the head of states. And probably there may be meetings to be able to resolve it at that level. It is important that steps are taken to resolve that dispute as soon as possible so that at least the Keta Basin can be open for exploration and other activities investment activities as soon as possible.
The new Commissioner General, Brigadier General Anthony Ntem, called for continued support for collaboration from staff and stakeholders to advance the Commission's mandate.
We shall continue to advance the mission of the Commission with integrity, transparency, and a strategic foresight. This journey is not one to be walked alone. I look forward to the continued support of all.